To be simple and plain, we're going to celebrate Patrick Mahomes. Go Sports presents on the daily. How you doing, everybody? Cole Johnson's on the mic on the daily, presented by Cole Sports. It's on tap. Thank you for coming back to my channel. And speaking of coming back to my channel, if you haven't subscribed already, come on, like this video, comment below, and don't be afraid to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to have future episodes known to you. And if you want to wear the shirt that I'm wearing, the description box below has the link. And I'm going to do something a little different this week. Normally, we would warm up, but I think we are going to go straight to the main event. And for today, well, the NFL is, how can I say this? It's close to starting. I know, considering COVID-19 and all, it's hard to imagine that we are on the precipice of what was supposed to be the 101st NFL season. But yes, it will be this Thursday. And the Chiefs will open their defense of their title at home against the Texans. The site of probably one of the biggest comebacks in the history of the NFL, playoffs or regular season. And we want to celebrate the quarterback of the Chiefs, the Super Bowl MVP, also regular season MVP, not of this year, of past year, Patrick Mahomes. And we compiled a list, and I think it's time we unveil it for you right now. Now, in dealing with Patrick Mahomes, he's 25. Well, I'm sorry. He will be 25 next week. Last week, he got engaged to his longtime love ever since high school, Brittany Matthews. Want to see Murray there for a quick second. And he now is the reigning Super Bowl MVP. But what makes him tick? That's what I've been wanting to look at. And I had a chance to really dig deep as to what makes him tick. And this is what I came up with. So he's already the NFL's most valuable player. And he did that in his second year, being the seventh in the history of the league. And the league has been 100 years in existence to throw for over 5,000 yards in a season. And I already mentioned this Super Bowl MVP. And he's already gone to the AFC Championship game and the Super Bowl in the two previous seasons. So what makes this guy the best quarterback today? And there is no doubt in my mind, no question in my heart that he is. Well, I came up with 5 reasons as to why. The first one would be pedigree. I know. It almost seems lazy to say, but it's true. I mean, he came up under the household of one Pat Mahomes, or Patrick Mahomes Sr. And Pat Mahomes played on 6 different Major League Baseball franchises, most notably the Twins, right after they won their last World Series in 1991. Now, the position he played was pitcher. Yeah. Pitcher, of course, has to be all about the mechanics of his arm, right? Well, it is no different than an NFL quarterback having to be in charge of the mechanics of his arm. So he got a lot of tips from his father as to how to take care of his arm, how to strengthen it, how to torque it, to the point where he can do certain things but not go overboard. He learned a lot of how to be a quarterback and properly throw from a major league baseball pitcher. I mean, that means a lot. So you know where the arm talent started, and it came from his father. Well, he went on to break open a whole ton of records at Texas Tech. In fact, he threw for over 700 yards in a game against Oklahoma. No, not the whole time he played against them. In one game, he threw for over 700 yards. Not put forth 700 yards of offense, threw for over 700 yards against Oklahoma. So he wowed everybody at Texas Tech throwing for that much. Actually thrown for 5,000 yards in one of those seasons, threw for 4,300 yards in another. This guy had arm talent. And when he got drafted by the Chiefs, people were thinking, well, okay, well, he may have something, but let's hold off on that. So it takes me to the second reason why Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback today. He is a traditional quarterback talent with gunslinger instincts. All right, let me take you back to 2018, December, actually, when they were at home playing the Ravens. So it's the fourth quarter. He's trying to bring his team back. I forgot the deficit, but he was a deficit. So he's driving down the field. He's about to score a touchdown, not in this play, but he was about around midfield entering Ravens territory when Mahomes scrambled to his right and then threw across his body to his left. Now, we've seen quarterbacks throw across their body. I mean, Aaron Rodgers does it often. We saw Brett Favre do it often. And we've seen many other quarterbacks do it. But have you ever seen one do so while not looking at his target? So imagine looking to the right. Meanwhile, the target that Mahomes wants to hit is to his left. And Mahomes does this. Looking at one receiver, one direction, throwing across his body on target to the receiver going in the opposite direction, not even laying his eyes on him. I mean, basically, it's like a point guard in the NBA. It was like basically seeing a Magic Johnson no-look pass. He did a lot of them. And he's just a remarkable talent. Well, let's go to number 3. The third reason why Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback going today in the NFL, he is very level-headed. 24 going on 25, and he is a level-headed guy. Think about this. As talented as he was, he sat for a full year under Alex Smith. Nothing against Alex Smith. I mean, he's one of the greatest hearted people that the NFL's ever produced. He has good talent for a quarterback, but he's not known for being, well, like an Aaron Rodgers or a Steve Young or an uber talent like that. And Mahomes was an uber talent. But he learned. He grabbed a clipboard and he learned under Andy Reid and Alex Smith that year. Now, what he had in talent, he didn't have an experience, so he had to learn. So he learned for a full year. The thing I loved about that, though, he never complained once. He didn't talk any dissatisfaction to the media or even in private. He did everything possible to help the team win, even if it meant sitting on the sideline. Now, that is a pro already. Which takes me to the number 4 reason why Patrick Mahomes is right now the best quarterback today. He is mature for his age. Think of many 23 or 24-year-olds. Do you think that they could garner the respect, admiration, and attention of veteran players who have done whatever trade you're talking about longer than Patrick Mahomes has? No? Yeah, exactly. He is a rare breed. He commands attention. He is a leader already. And that is something you just have to tip your cap to. And that's something you can't teach. That's something you're born with. So he was a born leader. Now, a 23 or 24-year-old that comes in as a hot shot and can do a whole ton of things, yeah, that's understandable. Winning cures all, though. So when Mahomes got his chance to start in year number 2, he's done nothing but win. 2 division titles, came close to winning an NFC championship in 2018, did in 2019, and of course sealed the deal with the Super Bowl 2 weeks later. You can rest assured that he is a great on the rise. And the final reason why Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback today, his poise. I didn't have to look far. All I had to do was just look at his playoff run from this past January and February, the divisional round. So the Texans go up 24-0 early in the second quarter. Mahomes he is galvanizing the troops on the bench and saying that they was going to come back and win the game. And I saw clips of him doing this. And so he turned a 24-0 deficit into a 28-24 lead in 10 game minutes. They went on to score an unprecedented 41 consecutive points. 41 unanswered points in that game, the final being 51-31. And Mahomes in that game, 22-35, 321 yards, 5 touchdowns. He also rushed for another 53, no picks. Under pressure, flawless. The next week, AFC Championship game against the Titans. This was a little more pedestrian. I mean, they only had to come back from a 17-7 deficit in the second quarter, and he did, scrambling to end the half with a 21-17 lead, and that final score ended up being 35-24. Now, Mahomes in that game didn't throw for 300 yards. He threw for about 285. He threw for 3 touchdowns. Again, no picks. He was absolutely flawless. And that fourth quarter 60-yard touchdown pass, that was one of the greatest sights I think I've ever seen in a football game. And then the Super Bowl in February. So the 49ers had Mahomes' number for 3.5 quarters. I mean, he threw a fourth quarter interception in the end zone. So you would think he would be deflated. Third-year quarterback, he's 24. The moment's too big for him, right? Wrong. One 44-yard pass from Mahomes to Tyreek Hill just started the floodgates rolling, and that happened within 7 minutes left of the whole game. And the 2010 deficit that they had turned into a 31-20 victory, scoring 21 unanswered points in the last 7 minutes of the game. It is absolutely remarkable to see how poised this young man is, and I do mean young man. He's not even 25 yet, and he's already shown the prowess of a veteran quarterback who has just done it for so long. It is a wonder why we are looking at this guy and we have our jaws just dropped every time he is on the court. I mean, on the field. He is a phenomenal, dynamic talent. And I'm so glad to have been living when I probably can get a chance to say, I got a chance to see the greatest quarterback who ever lived. And it wasn't Joe Montana. It wasn't Tom Brady. It wasn't any other quarterback. It actually was Patrick Mahomes II. I'm not saying that he's there now. I'm saying he can get there very, very fast. It is quite possible. I'm along for the ride. Now, if you haven't done so already, come on, subscribe to this channel, like this video. Come on, I want to hear what you have to say. Comment in the box below. And don't forget that notification bell, hit that as well. And you get every update and every new episode that debuts on YouTube. Well, that's all the time I have. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Cole Johnson. Always glad to give you yet another installment of All sports on the visual and on the daily.